Hello, Barry Avidan.
Hello to all.
You are the choreographer of Halleluya, Israel, CIOFF Israel, and you are doing Israeli folk dance. Can you explain, can you express what is the Israeli folk dance?
Yes, of course. First of all, we don't really call it folk dance. We call it contemporary folk Israeli dance, which is folk dancing for the stage. Anyway, the Israeli folk dance is very unique because first of all, he is not so old in time. He was invented only in I think 100 years ago, something like that, in the beginning of the last century. And he is something that was brought from our first pioneers that came to Israel, which was from East Europe mostly. But during the period of time, some of our very good creators took some of their steps. They came from all over the world. For example, we came from East Europe, North Africa, Australia, India, United States, well, name it. We came from all over the world back to our land. And each one of us brought his movement from the celebrations, from the holidays, and we created a new baby, which is our new dance. And as one of our greatest lady said once, I cannot describe exactly what is an Israeli dance, but when you see it, you know it. So the Israeli dance is something that when you see, you can feel the nation, you can smell the country, you can smell the fields, and you can even feel the reborn nation that is now 72 years old.
Yes, it's a connection between the new tradition and the old tradition. The 70,
Yes,
the 100 years, as you said, of tradition with the old thousands years of tradition.
that's right. Um, we would like very much to be inspired from the ancient Jewish people, like in the Bible or like in the other centuries. But we unfortunately we don't have any any videos coming up from this time.
Yeah, we don't
So
have the video from King David dance.
that's right. We don't have any video from King David or Moses or any one of our big leaders in the history. But we can maybe, like, we developed our Hebrew, which is our language, but it is based on the ancient Hebrew, and it's not something that came out of nowhere. uh, Even though we can find Hebrew in the Bible, but the Bible Hebrew is not the exact Hebrew that we are using today. That's exactly the same with all cultures which we have today, and including dance. Dance is something that was developed during our 72 or maybe 100 years that we exist in the new Israel.
And you are designing, expected that you are a choreographer, you are designing clothes for the dancers. And that is a good occasion to demonstrate what you are saying.
Yes. Actually, I'm busy with. It's a small secret, but I can share it with you now. Small it, a bit of it. I'm very busy writing what is the exact tradition Israeli dress or costume, and I'm in the middle of now of the corona crisis, and I have the time to sit down and write it. And like the costume that has been developed from many of our history, the same with the dances. From if we take the right dress, Israeli dress, it has a lot of influences from like the big priest that had a square board on his chest. So you can find this board many times in my designs. For example, the main dress of our nation is the talit, the tzitzit, the talit, which has stripes of blue and white. So one of my designs is these stripes. You can see it like here.
Wow.
You can
Yeah.
see the talit on
Yes.
the bottom of the dress, and on the chest you can see the menorah which lead our nation for centuries after the destruction of our temple.
Wow.
So my way of work about the culture, about the Israeli, either if it is in the costume field, or either if it is in the dancing, it is always something that I have to borrow, to take, to be influenced from our history. Because now we're a new nation, so called. And this new nation has to be based on the main ideas of the old nation,
The tradition.
the tradition. As our friend Jerome Robbins said, tradition. The tradition had kept us for more than 2,500 years, and we cannot let it go. We cannot leave it. As once, I will tell you a small story, a very short, small story. In the beginning of Israel, the new Israel, a kibbutz, Dgania, was very didn't know if they have to keep the bar mitzvah for the firstborn child. They were very confused if they have to do that or not. So they asked Bialik, which was one of our authors, and he said, if you have to invent a new tradition today, it would take you centuries. So better take something that you have already.
Wow. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Barry Avidan, thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good health for everybody. And Chag Sameach for our 72 holiday anniversary.
Thank you very much. תודה רבה.
תודה רבה.